Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. A couple areas that we're watching, one in the Atlantic Basin. We have that other one that we've been watching for several days now across the eastern Pacific. I mentioned this yesterday, just that disorganized area of convection across the western Caribbean. Right now, things aren't all that conducive to see anything develop. Very disorganized. You have the stronger wind shear, and this is actually expected to eventually work its way over land. But what we're going to watch is as it moves back out over water over the weekend or first part of next week, there's that small chance that we could see some development with this. So that's why the Hurricane Center is now tagging this area. So you notice the line and then you see the circled area. That's because in the short term, not expecting to see anything happen. If this survives and then moves out into the Bay of Campeche, well, we may actually start to see something trying to develop. So that's why we're going to just continue to monitor and watch this area as we go through the weekend. But at any rate, it is going to bring quite a bit of rain over the Yucatan Peninsula as we go through the weekend, as this just slowly works its way over land. Here's that other area we've been talking about for days upon days, that Invest 95, and still basically the same idea. We really haven't seen any big changes in this. You look at this right now, you can tell it's still pretty disorganized. You're seeing these big flare-ups of convection, but you certainly are not seeing any organization as far as a definite circulation with this. Conditions still looking like they will slowly become better organized or more conducive to allow for better organization with this as we go through the weekend and into next week. And we've been talking about this for several days, that in the short term, it just didn't really look like something was going to happen. It looked like over the weekend. So here we are heading into the weekend. So we're getting closer to that point where if something is going to happen with this, we're probably going to see it happen over the next, say, 2 to 3 days. So that's why we'll watch that very closely. So here we're looking at the Fox model. We've got the one area in the Pacific. We've got the area that's working its way towards the Yucatan. So we can actually watch both of these on either side of Mexico, essentially. And the Fox model showing just very modest organization with this. Still, I think as we go through a good part of the weekend, we're still talking about a fairly disorganized areas. In fact, that area working its way into the Bay of Campeche, just really looking like a lot of rain. So we'll continue to watch this pretty closely as we head through the weekend. You look at the European AI model, and then we also have the GFS model here, looking at the same area that Invest 95 been watching this for several days, and here we are heading into the weekend, starting to see maybe a little bit more of a definite center with this, but still very broad, I think. So we're going to take some time to see this organized, but you notice the trend as we head towards Monday and Tuesday. We're still looking at more organization with this. So it still looks like it's a slow process, but it's a process that will eventually happen with this area as we head through the weekend and into next weekend. This gets a name. This would become Flossie. Tropical Storm Flossie is what this will likely or potentially could become. So we'll keep you updated on both of these areas right here on myfoxhurricane.com.